you were talking about your origin story, but isn't there part of that that's closely coupled to academia?
Mhm.
Some of the background there is really fascinating.
Yeah, so the PreCrime technology comes from the results of many years of research, about 8 years of research from the some researchers in Qatar. Pretty odd place for this type of research, but we were lucky, me and Luciano and Sebastian, my co-founders, to be invited to a research to startup program organized by the Qatar Computer Research Institute. And there we found the researcher having delivered on their 8 years of research for patents and so on. That was kind of the spark. Then of course we had to adapt it to a production environment. Research code tend to be not exactly optimized. To give you an example, at the time I think the researcher were running about 5,000 prediction every week. We do 100,000 prediction every day. So the volume of prediction has gone up, the coverage and so on. So, but that's normal, right? It's I think the interesting piece for me is we continue to have conversation with other universities, not only QCRI, with which we're still connected, but also the University of Montpellier, for example, to study knowledge graphs and find new ways to have higher performance from the knowledge graph. University in Paris to work on the AI models, especially for the deepfake video that we mentioned. So we're really very close to the academia from that perspective. Actually, I think in our industry, there is a lot of very good research for cybersecurity, not much making to product. That is a bit of a shame. And so we actually like this type of collaboration. Of course, you need to manage the different timelines, right? So research has a different schedule, let's say, than a product, but always a question of planning and programming. But definitely I would say it wouldn't have been possible to be where we are now if there hasn't been that many years of investment beforehand on preparing the technology for us.
Just one more question. I think of intelligence agencies and those responsible for defending government networks are extremely interested in what you're talking about, right? So they're looking for intent and means of their adversaries. Are they expressing an interest in what you can bring them?
Yeah, so we have had, so first of all, I'm not proactively reaching out to them because as probably many people can recognize, the cycle of business with this public entity is not exactly compatible with a startup. And unfortunately, in Europe, we don't have the same type of programs like SBIR or DARPA that US has that are much more adapt for small businesses collaboration. That said, we have had contact with multiple countries, intelligence services basically, and when we can, we help. Right, we just don't make it a business model because it's not our priority. I think what I've seen in the conversation with them, they're much more interested, of course, in the law enforcement aspect of it, as in forensics, attribution, potentially tracking to the source state, and that's not where we have specialized the technology. We are more into our customer don't want to see the attack, so let's do something to avoid that it happens on the first place, while those entities have an interest in actually observing the attack and the techniques to then do something about it. So there is a bit of a conflict of interest from that perspective. So we still, when we can, provide input to them. I remember of one occasion in which this organization gave us a list of indicator of a known group infrastructure, and we found them all the other infrastructures using the same behaviors. And they were very thankful because now they had a much better view of the presence on the internet of this malicious group. So that's not our standard business model. We kind of operated the system upside down for that specific use case, but is an example that where we can, of course, we will provide help.
Got it. Hey, Luigi, we were talking about academia, but then there's the other side of that, which is, training, security awareness training, which is getting a
Sure.
lot of attention. Um, that- and you developed a children's book. Tell us about that.
It's not me actually, it's my co-founder Luciano, that takes care of marketing. So the little story there. So the name of the book, that by the way, it's on our website before.ai. Is free. You don't have to put any email or anything else to get. Just go there and download, and you get a PDF. The book name is The King, the Knight, and the Snowball, and is a tale for, I would say, 5 to 10 years old children. The thought there was, before Christmas we were trying to figure out, okay, what do we do, to kind of, create some attention to us. And I don't like swag, especially at the conferences. I find it's a big waste of thing, all this stuff in plastic that get created and then people trash it a few weeks later. And so we were thinking more, okay, what experience we can give. And we thought, okay, there are all these fathers and mothers in cybersecurity that, they like to spend time with their children. Can we enable them to talk to them about their job and their cybersecurity expertise? And so we built Luciano, got to write this story and create the book to basically gift, a few minutes of a tale to introduce to, very, very little people, the concept of prediction and prevention as a good way to protect oneself, and in this case the kingdom. It actually had quite a good success, and of course it's still on the website if you want to download it. But I think it touched as well what you were saying. We have an issue in the industry at wide, that we have not much vocation for STEM and even less for cybersecurity, and we really believe that that's something that needs to change. We need more defenders, we need more skilled defenders, and so we are this was a funny way of touching it, but we're definitely going to invest more. And we work, for example, with the European Cybersecurity Organization in their Women for Cyber program, which we mentor emerging leaders, women in the industry. We work with other entities to help them with content so that they can create more awareness. Big fan of the Cyber Awareness Month as well. So definitely, I think everyone in the industry should make their part, and if we can make it our little contribution, for now that we are still an emerging company, that's what we do. And the King, Knight, and Snowball on our website is definitely something that people want to download and have a bit of time with their kids.
I love it. And I have a prediction of my own. 15 years from now, you'll meet somebody at a conference or you'll interview somebody and they'll tell you that's what got them into cybersecurity.
That will be a very proud moment, definitely, and hopefully more than one, but and even if I don't meet them, as long as as it creates as it helps the movement, I think it's very, very important. And who knows, it was called network security a while ago. Now it's cybersecurity. Maybe in 15 years from now will be just security, right? So.
Right. Yeah.